Most people who are actually doing fine with money don't feel like it. And most people who look like they're doing great are two pay cycles from a crisis. That gap between how secure you feel and how secure you actually are has almost nothing to do with how much you earn. It comes down to these six quiet signs. Most people never think to check for them. If you've ever clocked a bloke in the smoko room with a flashier ute than yours and felt that little drop in your stomach, stay with me. By the end of this, you'll know exactly which side of that gap you're really on. I'm Kim. This is Money Mind. Sign 1. The hesitation. You feel a flicker of unease before a big purchase, even one you can easily afford. That unease feels like a flaw, like you should just be able to spend your own money without the second guessing. It's not a flaw, it's the habit. It's not whether you can afford the $4 grand lounge, it's whether something in you pauses first. The bloke who buys it on the spot, zero hesitation. He's not more confident. He's just never built the habit of checking. That little pause you've been calling anxiety, that's a financial instinct. Most people never develop it. Sign 2. Your savings are higher than they were a year ago, and you can't actually point to the moment you saved hard. This is the one almost everyone misses because they're waiting for a dramatic story. A big sacrifice, a brutal month, some visible proof they did the work. But the people quietly building wealth usually can't name a single heroic month. It just happened. Fortnight after fortnight, in amounts too small to notice on their own. $8 grand to $14 grand over a year, no single big push. That's not luck. That's a system running quietly in the background, whether you are watching it or not. Most people never even check this number, so they never get to feel proud of it. Sign 3. You've stopped caring what other people drive. In your 20s, the car park's a scoreboard. Everyone is clocking everyone, working out who's winning. Somewhere along the way, the people actually building wealth quietly drop out of that game. Not because they decided to be humble, because their own number started mattering more than anyone else's. Once your offset account becomes the thing you actually track, the car park stops being interesting. If you've caught yourself not even noticing what your mate just upgraded to, that's not you losing interest in nice things. That's your attention moving to the number that decides your future. Sign 4. Somewhere in the last year, you said no to something you could genuinely afford. Not because the bank said no, because you did. You looked at the new phone, the better tools, the holiday package, worked out that the money was right there, and turned it down anyway. Nobody talks about this one because from the outside, it looks like nothing happened. But I could have, and I didn't, does more for your future than almost any single savings decision you'll make all year. The people who never say no to an affordable purchase, they're always one good year away from having nothing to show for it. Sign 5. You could tell me, within a few grand, what you're actually worth right now. Savings, super debts, all of it. Most people genuinely can't. Not because they're bad with money, because nobody's ever sat down and added it up. Get within a rough ballpark, even if it's smaller than you'd like, and you're already ahead of most people your age, because you're one of the rare ones who's actually looked. Knowing the number doesn't mean it's a good number yet. It means you're playing a game with the scoreboard visible, while everyone else is still guessing in the dark. Sign 6. The one underneath all the others. Somewhere along the way, you started preferring a quiet, slightly boring fortnight over an exciting one that cost you $400 you didn't really have. That's not a personality you're born with. It's built, one fortnight at a time, by every sign before it's stacking on top of each other. The bloke quietly building wealth isn't more disciplined on a Friday afternoon than anyone else. He's just rearranged what actually feels good, and a boring fortnight with money still sitting in the account now genuinely beats an exciting one that doesn't. So picture that smoko room again. The bloke with the flashier ute, the one who looks ahead, he might be. Or he might be 2 missed paychecks from a crisis with 10 times less security than you, just better at looking like he's winning. You'll never know from the car park. Nobody can. But you can know your own 6 signs. The hesitation before you spend. The savings number that crept up with no dramatic story attached. Not caring what's parked next to you anymore. The thing you said no to, even though you could have said yes. Knowing your number roughly when most people don't. And quietly preferring boring and secure over exciting and broke. 3 or 4 of those true for you? You're not behind. You're doing exactly what building wealth actually looks like from the inside, which is usually nothing dramatic at all.